I was looking at a photo of her in her office last night, sat at her computer monitor at the keyboard, beautifully clean desk, a pot plant, shelves of lever arch files and orderly rows of books in the back. But it's where she creates over 70 books. The Magic Kitten, Puppy, Pony, Bunny. Now she's going slightly older with Wee Other. Sue Bentley. How nice to see you again, Sue.
And you, Bernie.
How was Saturday at Waterstones in Abington Street?
It was great, brilliant. I think because of all the hard work of producing the book, I mean, quite a few years actually, it was just lovely to relax and meet readers, some family, some friends, and my agent came down from London and the publisher, and we just had a great time, just actually enjoying it for a bit. You know, I think I've been on a high up to then, trying to tell everybody about it, and because it's such a new venture for me. I feel nerves before an event, usually, before all author events, but then normally when I start talking about the book and readers talk to me, it's very, very different. I mean, you've had a bit of a preview, so you probably get an idea what I'm talking about.
It's great.
Is it?
It's great.
Is it? Oh, thank you, Bernie.
And you know it's great because you've had amazing feedback on your Facebook page from people who have already started it.
It's a real chunky book. I had a lot to say, if you like. I think it had been in me for a long time, you know, and I've talked to you before about Magic Kitten and so on, all the fluffy, lovely, magical kiddies books, which I love and still do talk about, do author events for. But this, I just wanted to get my teeth into something really a lot darker and a lot more complicated. And so you know, when our publisher saw it, and she said, "This is a young adult novel," and at first I thought, well, what's the difference? You know, a lot of adults do read young adult and can read this, you know. I actually read a lot of young adult books myself, and I think that area of fiction at the moment is really fresh and progressive, and a lot of new stuff coming out, a lot of challenging stuff. So it's actually a great place to be at the moment. Yeah.
Your Magic series, the Kitten series, it was aimed at kids, young kids. And of course, if they were with you from the start, they're now 15, 16. So there's a logical progression for them, isn't it, to come to you?
Absolutely, yes. No, you're dead right there, Benny. I mean, I do meet people that loved Magic Kitten when they were young. And there's a lovely lady, Ariella, you'll see her actually on Facebook, who came along to one of my events some time back. She was 13 then, a couple of years back. Still loved Magic Kitten. She's now reading The Other. So, yes, it's the perfect audience for the book. Some of the books I've loved as a youngster was actually The Little Grey Men, was a local author actually, BB, his byline was, and the teacher used to read that to me on a Friday afternoon, and I got one recently, same thing, off Facebook, about 50 quid. I was captivated by books and reading from a very early age. I mean, Mum and Dad used to say, put that book down and go and do something more useful. If only they'd known, you know. But yeah, I've always absolutely loved books, everything about them.
Let's set up the story for us. It's Jess. She's a young girl with an alcoholic mother who finds out that she's adopted. She's feisty. She's in her DMs, Northamptonshire shoes. She's taken on the supermarket security. She's nice.
Yes, I love Jess. She's a real gutsy character. She's had a really hard time. She's not conventionally pretty, you know, she doesn't do well at school particularly because she's very different, but she's really feisty, yeah. She doesn't take any messing about from anybody, and she just kind of does her thing, you know. So I'm rooting for her all the time in the book, and then of course as things change, as you know they do, she has a hell of a lot more challenges to cope with. I always feel aware of the hidden, the kind of unusual in the everyday. So it's not a big thing for me to shift it sideways and bring some of that into the book, and then to make Jess the centre of a lot of what's going on there was it was great for me because I went on a journey with Jess through this book, and I love the fairy tradition, particularly in England. It is a very English book. I'm a very English writer. You know, I love the UK and our forests and our folklore. It's really rich in folklore. So to bring all that in, it felt very natural, you know, and if people tell me that I've done that well, that's fantastic. That's my job.